I'd like to call the school board meeting to order. Uh, Would we all rise and please do the pledge to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So before we continue, I would like to just walk over to Krista. And tonight is her last night before. They sell their corn, but we don't get a break because we're board members, that can happen. But anyway, Krista, thank you. You always step up when we need people, and you've always been there, so it's greatly appreciated. Approval of the manifest, please.
I certify the manifest listed below totaling $818.10 have been reviewed by me and found to be proper charges against the Katukuck Valley School District for goods and/or services received and have been properly processed prior to their submittal to the school board.
Can I have a motion? It's been moved. Can I have a second? It's been moved and second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Thank you. Pass. Brenda. This is a time in our agenda for the public. If there's anyone in the public that would like to come and speak to the board, please come forward. Okay, doesn't seem to be a tidal wave coming this way, so I will assume that we can move on. Thank you. Consent agenda, please. Any questions on the consent agenda? Any corrections or changes people might want to make? Seeing none. Superintendent's report, please.
So we have the count.
I know we're going to put policy on here, but with Krista leaving, we'll reorganize it to some degree. For the board members who are on policy, if you are interested in doing the first Thursday of every month for 2 hours, we could put policy there. I believe Catherine can make that, who's on policy. We will have a new member representing Krista's spot. So think about that, and when we have the next board meeting, we will come forward with a recommendation for a policy to meet. Jim?
Well, sorry. So, I think the 12th, what about the 12th? Which I know is an off week, but if we could do it on the 12th, that would be between the two meetings.
Okay, we'll add budget and property to the 12th, 5:45. Yeah, oh, you're gonna move it. Are you gonna keep the 19th or you want to take that off? Take it off, okay,
Why don't we?
all right.
So,
We'll take it off, we'll go to the 12th,
okay.
okay.
Just, we are gonna need to know about the policy committees or the policy committee sometime between now and the next board meeting, because the next board meeting, follows, scheduled policy committee meeting. So if you could just keep us in the loop and let us know how
Okay.
that works out.
All right, well, you and I can chat about that right away. All right, thank you.
All right, and school board requests. I do know I had one outstanding school board request that it was my intention to have to you this evening until we ran into some technical difficulties with the programming, but you should have it shortly. And then finally, just an update on our openings, in the district. We presently have about 44 openings. Those are across multiple different things. I will tell you that of those openings, we have 28 and a half of them, so it's actually 44 and a half. And we have 28 and a half of them in some semblance of conditional offer, or et cetera, et cetera. So that's where we are right now. And that is my report for today.
Thank you. Policy Committee, Krista, I don't know that, do you have a report for us?
We met on the 8th. There will be 2 new policies coming for a first read to the full board. One will be the wellness policy, which is JLCF, and also KFA, which is public conduct in school, on school property. We're working on the dress code policy, which we made some progress with. That's going to get cleaned up with the superintendent and then come back to policy for another quick read, though we think it looks really good and we can move it forward finally. So that's great news. And then other than that, there was 2 policies, one that has to, the alternate diploma, which has to go to have a look at from some of the administration, and the transgender and gender non-conforming procedure is a bigger topic that we didn't have enough time for to cover. So that will come back to policy.
Thank you, Krista.
Yep.
Ellen, Strategic Organization Committee.
It was great. They asked a lot of really good questions.
I believe that Thursday they're gonna meet with Selectmen Advisory also. Is it this Thursday?
Yes.
Yep.
There was a meeting with the Selectmen Advisory Committee this Thursday. So there's a lot of activity.
Budget and property, Jim? Sorry, just a second. Krista?
Just one quick thing that came up during that my interview yesterday with Presmag was the other Antrim rep, Mr. William, is not on there as being interviewed. I don't know if that's going to be
I think it's been taken care of.
okay. Perfect.
Yep.
Because
He's-
we talked about it yesterday.
Yep, he's all
Perfect.
set.
Thank you.
Yep, you're well, thank you for asking. Captain?
Short and sweet, we talked about the fiscal year 25 budget guidance, which is fiscal year, starts in July of 24. And the basic schedule on that is we're planning on having our budget strategy session, workout session, the first Saturday in November. In order to get ready for that, Kimberly needs guidance from us by September, which is why, by what? September 12th. So we're gonna have our budget, our property meeting on September 12th, but the guidance based on our discussion today is gonna look remarkably similar to what we provided last year, so. Different numbers, but the essence be the same. And we can talk about that if we want in more detail.
Krista?
Just another quick thing. I'm getting updates that people can't hear because people's microphones aren't on.
Mine is on this time, only time it's been on. It's months.
Thank you, Krista. Okay, thanks, Jim. School board goals. Page 6 are the goals. I don't believe that I've had any requests for changing in wording. If the board is comfortable with that, I would like a motion to accept these 3 present goals. Janine has a recommendation for a 4th goal that you will find in, help me, it's School Board Drive, thank you. I'd like you to look over this week, and then we'll come back next week, and we'll add that to a 4th goal if you're comfortable with what Janine's put together. If you are, we'll look to Janine to lead us in that direction on that goal. But you've got this week to look at it. Next board meeting, we'll add this as a 4th goal if you're comfortable with it. So if I could have a motion to accept the 3 goals as presented on page 6.
So move.
Can I have a second? So moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.